A big political face-off over waste disposal in the national capital once again between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. Batting for the BJP on this broadcast, its Member of Parliament in the area where one of the biggest landfill sites is located, Gautam Gambhir, joins us. With us also on this show, representing the Aam Aadmi Party, Akshay Marathe, Shazia Ilmi from the BJP, Anil Sood, who's a citizens activist and founder of an NGO called Chetna. I want to start with Gautam Gambhir first, because as this visit unfolded of the Delhi Chief Minister at the Ghazipur landslide, I remember that jab we met, that we shot with you, Gautam, at this particular landfill site, and you'd said that things would get much better. Now the Aam Aadmi Party seems to be suggesting that things are getting worse, and this is the responsibility of the MCD, which is run by the BJP, and on your watch Delhi is being turned into a mega dustbin and you're not being able to deal with it. Gautam Gambhir.
Yeah, it has got worse, but it has got worse for Aam Aadmi Party, because the landfill, with my absolute honesty and integrity, I can say that the landfill has come down 40 to 50 feet. And you're such a big national channel, you've got such a huge crew, please go send the crew to landfill and see how it's happening and what's happening there. With the intervention of our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, with the effort of the Lieutenant Governor, there are 20 trommel machines which are working day and night. And as I just mentioned it to you, it has come down 40 to 50 feet, and you can see from the naked eye as well. The most unfortunate thing is that the CM of Delhi, who was there for the last 7 years, has not even visited these landfills even once. And today, when it has come down, and with the MCD election around the corner, he wants to try and politicize this matter. In 2020, I wrote a letter to him requesting him that we should go there collectively and work towards making the life of the people living around there much better. No reaction, no support from any quarter. Eventually, the Lieutenant Governor took up the responsibility and has been able to get the landfill down. And
they're saying that this is the MCD's responsibility, this is the BJP's responsibility, and therefore at this moment the AAP can't do anything about it. When they win, if and when they win in MCD, they think, or they claim, that they'll be able to fix this royal mess.
As I just mentioned it to you, that it has come down 40 to 50 feet, and this is not happening since last 15 years. This landfill has been there for last 40 years. And isn't it the collective responsibility of all of us? Why politicize everything? We are all elected representatives. The CM of Delhi is the CM of the entire Delhi. How many times has he visited the landfill? How many times was he bothered about all these landfills? Only because now, because the MCD election is around the corner, you want to politicize this matter? Why did he not come with me in 2020 when I wrote a letter requesting him to come and visit the landfill along with me, so that we can work together, and probably whatever support he can give and whatever support collectively we can work to get this landfill down? Not even a single reaction.
What is the specific help as the Member of Parliament in that area that you need or require from the state government, which you think at this moment is not forthcoming, which could solve the problem of this royal mess?
Not anymore. When it was needed, there was no support from it. When the Lieutenant Governor took up this responsibility, now there are 20 trommel machines working day and night. It has already started coming down. And on your national channel, I can say this, that in the next 3 to 4 years, we will be able to finish off this entire landfill. And you can take it on record and probably play it and tell the people of Delhi. That's what I'm saying. Because when I had met the Lieutenant Governor twice, he's only spoken about the landfill, and he's so committed to finishing off this landfill. Give us some time. I've only been there for the last 3 years. But the CM of Delhi has been there for the last 7 years. Forget about the support. Tell me, wasn't it was his responsibility to go even one step? And if it was not his responsibility, why did he go there today? Just to politicize the matters. Why do you want to politicize everything and on every front? You're talking about what kind of a support do I want from the state government? What has he done in the last 7 years for these landfills? Has he even spoken about those? Has he even been there once? And forget about them talking about the landfills. I'm the only one who's converted all these garbage places into 4 community kitchens and 1 library. So they should be the last people talking about these landfills and their waste segregation. It is a shame when you politicize such important issues where there are thousands of lakhs of people living around that area. If he didn't want to politicize this, he should have come with me in 2020, because there were no elections during that time. He had no courtesy or even that emotion towards the people of Delhi that he could come and visit there with a member of the parliament. So imagine where Delhi is going to, and where Aam Aadmi Party is trying to criticize or probably politicize everything, which is literally a shame.
Okay, I'd leave it there for the time being. Gautam Gambhir, you're in the middle of cricket commentary and you found time to join us on the Newstrack. I won't hold you back any longer. Thank you very much for joining us and setting up this conversation. You're saying that things are indeed getting better, not getting worse, and you're also promising that in 3 years you'll clear out the entire landfill site, and we'll hold you to that, Gauti. Gautam?
All I want from you people is just go there, send your crew there, and show the people of Delhi how the work is happening on that landfill. And whatever the truth is, please show to the people of Delhi, because I have not got into this politics to not say the truth. I want people to know the truth, and you have all of us together will be able to show the truth so that the people of Delhi can get to know how it is coming down and what all efforts are being made to get this landfill finished.
Okay, I'd leave it over there. Thank you very much, Gautam Gambhir, for joining us. We will track this story and hold you to your promises. I want to get in a perspective from activists working in this area as domain experts. Anil Sood runs Chetna. Dr. Richa Singh is a program manager for solid municipal waste at the Center for Science and Environment. Anil Sood, we just heard from the BJP MP in the capital. He says between the last time I visited the site and now, things are getting better. He's got these new big machines that are helping process the waste, and that the size of the Ghazipur landfill, for example, is actually coming down, and he thinks it will go away in 3 years. He's blaming AAP. Now, politics aside, you study this in a non-partisan fashion as an activist, as an academic. What do you think is happening? Are things getting worse? Are things getting better?
Things are getting worse, Rahul. In fact, if I remind you, in 2016, it was stated by none else, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, that Ghazipur landfill site, the entire municipal solid waste shall be used for the construction of Meerut Expressway. And this monumental artificial Aravali will disappear. Unfortunately, in 2019, I did file an RTI with Municipal Corporation of East Delhi as well as NHAI seeking details of quantum of municipal solid waste purchased by NHAI from municipal bodies. You will be amazed that almost 400 project implementing unit in charges wrote me back that they have not even purchased 1 kg of municipal solid waste from any of the civic authorities, and they have not paid any amount. Again, I go remind Mr. Manoj Tiwari. He stated in 2019 that yes, this artificial Aravali will disappear in 1.5 years. Now 2019, we are in 2022. That half year is also gone. So these are all, rhetorics and statements for appeasing people.
Okay, Akshay Marathi joins us from the Aam Aadmi Party. We just heard from Gautam Gambhir, the Member of Parliament from East Delhi. He says that between earlier and now, things are getting better. The landfill site has actually come down by 40 to 50 feet, and that in the next 3 years, he claims that the landfill site will completely disappear. And he's accusing you of Chunavi politics, that because there is an MCD election around the corner, Kejriwal, who so far hasn't been cooperating on this issue, hasn't been visiting these landfill sites, suddenly thinks it's an issue because there is an MCD election around the corner.
Rahul, actually, I agree with Mr. Gambhir that we are raising this issue because there is an election around the corner. Rahul, elections are a great time to hold politicians accountable. And the MCD, which has been run by the BJP for the last 15 to 20 years, has been responsible for the garbage situation in Delhi. This is part of their constitutional responsibilities. We are not saying that this is out of turn. So when it is the responsibility of the BJP to look after the cleanliness of Delhi, to make sure that these garbage mountains that have been forming, which are honestly a mark of shame for the entire city. If the BJP has failed at doing that, it is the Aam Aadmi Party which is in the opposition when it comes to the MCD. It is our responsibility to come out and say that why have you failed at doing your job? So when in 2017, the last MCD election had happened, Rahul, Manoj Tiwari, who was then the Delhi BJP president, had come out and promised that within 2 years, we will ensure that these mountains of garbage no longer exist, these landfills no longer exist. We will
Let me put that
find a
question to
solution.
Shazia Ilmi.
But-
Shazia, this promise that Gautam Gambhir just made on the Newstrack has been made by BJP leaders in the past. They couldn't deliver. Is this just an attempt to buy more time so the MCD elections come and go and you say, oh, it will take 3 more years? But what about 2 years in the past when you promised that you would clear it out by now?
No, I don't think that's true at all. I think the target of removing legacy waste and at the speed at which is being done is for everybody to see. I will just release those figures now and we'll see that a lot of progress has been made, but of course a lot needs to be done. While it's very rich of the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson to cry foul now at the last moment, jumping from one state to the other, talking about Christians and Christianity in Goa, to need for goddess Lakshmi in just before the Gujarat elections, and taking support from Khalistan in Punjab and Khalistan supporters. It's very rich now for them to pick up yet another rabbit out of the hat and claim to be the magicians that they are indeed. And it's really sad, because basic questions of the Safai Karamcharis, people who work, who are actually sanitary officers, and the basic salaries have not been paid. And ever since the unification has happened, there has been a demand, and this has been promised to MCD by AAP, that 6,000 crores areas are there, and people have to be paid. They're not just the salaries, but also for pensions. And out of that, 1,500 crores was to be given as a first installment, on which BJP, Aam Aadmi Party agreed to give, the government, Delhi government agreed to give 750 crores, but even that has not been released. So while there are huge problems with what is going on, the fact of the matter is that in this very sleazy, murky politics, all Aam Aadmi Party has done is to resort to electoral gimmicks.
No, but that's an important point, because Akshay, you're on the show, you are accepting that you're doing it because it's an MCD election. You should, if Gautam Gambhir and the others are saying, come with us since 2020, let's work on fixing the problem of landfill together, as two important stakeholders in this urban municipal waste issue, you should have been working together. You can't publicly wake up on TV and say, "Hum isliye kar rahe hain kyunki election hai, now we want to hold the BJP responsible." That reeks of opportunism.
Rahul, let me answer. It's a good question. I did not say that we are not working with the MCD. Let me tell you how we are working with the MCD. In the last 15 years, the MCD has spent 2 lakh crore rupees on cleanliness in Delhi and getting rid of the landfills. Out of those 2 lakh crore rupees, Delhi government has given them 1 lakh crore. Okay, so it's not as if we are not playing our part. We are doing everything we can. We want the city of Delhi to prosper. What the BJP is doing, Rahul, on the other hand, is they are saying, oh, Delhi is a union territory, so the central government will not give any money to the MCDs. Rahul, I hail from Mumbai originally. Do you know that the central government directly gives the Mumbai Municipal Corporation 488 rupees for each citizen who lives in Delhi? But when in Mumbai, but when it comes to Delhi, the central government puts its hands up and says, "Nahi, Delhi government will look after it." So this is the double standard, unfortunately, that the central government has used when it comes to dealing with the people of Delhi, and it is our job to expose that. It is our job to come out and say these things so the people are aware that the BJP, which keeps making excuses that we don't have money to pay salaries, we don't have money to clean your garbage. We are paying the BJP money through property tax. Rahul, if you live in Delhi, we are paying very high property tax rates to the municipal corporations.
Richa Singh, outside of this, AAP BJP tutu mein, as a dispassionate... Shazia, just give me a moment. Shazia, I'm coming back to you in a moment. Richa Singh, where does the truth lie? Who's doing his job? Who's not doing his job? Are things getting better? Are things getting worse? Try and separate fact from fiction, what's true from what is just a claim.
Yeah, thank you, Rahul. I hope I'm audible.
I hear you well.
Yeah, so let me highlight 2 points here, and I'll talk about facts and figures and the information which is available in the public domain. So first of all, we need to understand that we should stop calling these dump sites as landfills, first of all, right? Because these landfills are the scientific structures which are constructed and operated in a scientific manner. The 3 dump sites that we have in our capital city is actually, these are just dump sites, and there is no mechanism to control the pollution. So these are basically pollution hubs, which is contaminating the soil, water, and everything around us. Point number one. The second point here is Delhi has to. Here we are talking about taking care of the legacy waste which is already accumulated in the dump sites. So it is what it is actually the offshoot of waste mismanagement over the past few decades, right? And we are not addressing the problem of fresh municipal solid waste which is generated from our households. So every day Delhi is generating nearly 11,500 metric tons of waste, out of which nearly 60% is ending up into these landfills. So if somebody is claiming that they are going to reclaim these dump sites in 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, whatever is the number, it's practically impossible, because let's say we are processing 20,000 tons of waste every day, legacy waste, the accumulated waste every day, and then we are putting 6,000 back into this fresh waste into these landfills. Do you think that it is ever possible to remediate these sites? So the very first, the mantra of a successful dump site remediation action plan should be stop dumping the fresh waste in these dump sites. So not only the dump site remediation is questionable, in fact the entire solid waste management system in the Delhi city is questionable, and that should be given utmost importance. The fresh waste which is getting dumped into these landfills, and then the remediation of these accumulated waste. So it's a vicious circle which is like never ending.
No, but given the fact that responsibility is diffused, I was reading that there are 8 different agencies responsible for different aspects of waste management, and the fact that MCD is run by the BJP, NDMC is a central body, the state government is by AAP, where does, from your perspective, accountability really lie when it comes to clearing out? You're raising 2 issues. One is clearing out the existing waste and ensuring that new waste is not generated so it doesn't add to the pile.
Yeah, so I would let me just tell you give you one example of Indore city. We all are aware about it. The cleanest city. It has won the cleanest city award for the 6th time, and the lessons learned are political willingness. I think that is the first thing that one should consider. The administrative willingness and community participation. So I think it is the responsibility of course the Municipal Corporation of Delhi to take right decisions in this, and also to be little wise in understanding that what technology is better suited for waste management scenario. The way we have in Delhi, we just can't afford to have multiple waste energy plants because the air quality is already compromised. We should focus more on waste segregation. That is something which is non-negotiable, and then a maximum fraction of the waste which is generated on a day-to-day basis should be treated scientifically. So I don't see any effort being done on in this domain. So yeah.
Okay, so you're raising important points, and it's very clear from what we're hearing from the expert Akshay that there are aspects which the state government ought to be working on. It's not just clearing out existing waste, it's also about ensuring that new waste is not added to that dump site, which squarely should be and is your government's responsibility, where you haven't failed. So it's easy to turn around and ask Shazia what the BJP hasn't done, but ye to batao jo aapne karna tha wo kyun nahi kiya?
Rahul, I think maybe you misheard what Richa Singh was saying, but she very clearly said it is the Municipal Corporation of Delhi's responsibility. So I don't know why you're saying it is the Delhi government's responsibility. But even if it is, if some responsibility is to lie with the Delhi government, we are saying give us the entire responsibility. Our appeal to the people of Delhi is give us all of the responsibility of cleaning the city, cleaning out the garbage. We are the experts. We have a jhadu in our hand. We will clean the city. The BJP has failed at its job. Now let us take the opportunity, let Mr. Kejriwal take charge, and we will show you that Delhi can be the cleanest city in India and even in the world.
Now here's what it will come down to, Shazia. As you know well, the big conspiracy in political circles is that the BJP wants that municipal elections be held in Delhi along with the Gujarat elections, so that Kejriwal doesn't know where he goes. Does he go to Gujarat to campaign for AAP? Does he stay in Delhi to try and win the MCD elections? You are trying to ensure that he stretch. BJP of course is a big machine. They can fight both poles at the same time. You are trying to box Kejriwal into a corner. Akshay Marathe says, yes, if it's our responsibility, give us the full responsibility, we'll fix the problem.
Well, that's, that's a standard one, right? That's the best they can come up with. Some conspiracy theory, some hood, wing, deflecting the issue, obfuscating it. This is straight out of the playbook. But let's not take, nobody takes it seriously anymore. Frankly speaking, it really draws a yawn because those are delusions of grandeur. If Kejriwal feels that right from the Prime Minister is obsessed with him, and that's all BJP thinks about, because we have a whole lot of other work to do as well. But let me just bring the topic back to bring the discussion back to the topic we have assembled together for. So 40,000 crores was the fund which was of arrears which was to be paid to MCD, and Akshay Marathe might not like it, but the fact of the matter is it's different from Mumbai, from BMC, and the model is totally different because the revenue that is collected is actually by the Delhi government has to, and a part of it has to be allocated to then the 3 MCDs, and now of course they've been unified. So that was the purpose of the Delhi government, to allocate this fund which goes into paying of salaries and pensions of sanitary workers, officials, MCD teachers and other civic amenities. Now let me tell you, 40,000 crores has not been done, and I'm not saying this. This is being said by the Delhi High Court. Not just that, NGT has actually wrapped the knuckles of Kejriwal government not once but many times. Not only the issue on Yamuna, but also in the issue of advertising and saying what is being done about the salaries that have to be paid. And even earlier, before that, the pollution cess, the money that was coming for that, nothing was being done to improve the air quality index of Delhi, and we know how every Delhiite has suffered. And the odd even bit and all that was done, and of course Kejriwal wanted to protect his constituency and not make it applicable to two-wheelers where it actually mattered. And because this is a subject I know a lot about, so I can go on and on. But another important fact that I want to talk about is that while the allocation of these pensions and salaries has to be done by the state government out of the collection of revenue, for the longest period, and even this year, for the whole first quarter, the salaries have not been forthcoming, because of which MCD engineers, officials, karamcharis, health workers have not been able to go to work, and they've been striking. And this issue has been raised by not Bharatiya Janata Party alone, but by the Delhi High Court, and which has asked them this question. So it's not happening in a vacuum. Two, and most importantly, the fact of the matter is that do you think the election should be run on the basis of where Kejriwal can be present and or not? Don't you think there's a higher purpose to an election commission or a national government of India? Or do you think the sole purpose is to monitor the activities of Kejriwal?
So you are denying totally this langar gossip, and you're also, Akshay, suggesting that it's ridiculous to suggest that the EC would do what might politically suit the BJP. The EC has a mind of its own and they'll take a call. In any case, elections for the MCD elections have been pending.
Rahul, I want to clarify. I have not made this allegation against Election Commission. We welcome that the elections are being held, even though the elections were supposed to be held in April of this year. They pushed it ahead to align with Gujarat. It's okay. We have no problem with it. We are very confident that the people of Delhi are tired and frustrated by how dirty our city is. Rahul, we go around the world, we look at how the world runs its solid waste management systems, and we are ashamed that the BJP, whose job it was to just do one thing, BJP has no other responsibilities in Delhi. They don't run schools, hospitals, electricity, water, nothing. All of that is taken care of by Kejriwal. Only cleanliness had to be taken care of by the BJP, but even that they have failed at doing. So today the Aam Aadmi Party is only saying election kabhi bhi kar lo, koi dikkat nahi hai. But now it is time for the experts to step in. It is time for people who know how to get work done and delivered to step in and clean up the mess that has been created by the BJP.
That's something that the voters of the capital have to decide. We lean neither way, whether they think the Jadu can clean up the landfill site or BJP is improving things given how things have been in the past. That's really a call for voters to take. But it will be an exciting, high-pitched election. And if it happens as the conspiracy goes at the same time as the Gujarat election, then it will make things very exciting. Because you got a big election in Gandhinagar, Ahmedabad, you got a big election in Delhi, a pitched battle between AAP and the BJP, the Congress at this moment more focused on the Bharat Jodo Yatra, and therefore it will be interesting to see what the voters of the capital actually decide? Will they give the BJP another chance to run the municipal bodies, or would they look for change?